You're listening to a pre-recorded podcast on gshradio.com.
Hello, and welcome to the Esme Russell Show. Today I will be shining the spotlight on local, national, and global hot topics. So sit back, relax. Okay, friends, it's showtime. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Esme Russell Show. How's everybody doing? We have on our table today a very teeny tiny, itsy bitsy little duck unicorn that Victor has left here on the table.
He's very fabulous too.
Can you see him? He's very cute.
Yeah.
He is kind of fabulous, though.
Yeah.
You like his hair?
Uh-huh.
And look at the tail.
Pink and red on him.
And he's got pink bangs.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, our unicorn is there. We're going to leave him right there on the table. So, just now breaking news, I guess it's all over Facebook by now, is Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife just passed away.
I heard she was in critical condition,
Beth
yes.
passed away. She is gone. She died of cancer. And I know that yesterday they had posted a thing of asking her, asking everybody from the family to, be there to be there for her. So
yeah.
Apparently it was to gather them to, prepare for her death.
And it's sad, yeah.
She was in a medically induced coma, so sad. She wasn't even that old.
Yeah, I heard, yeah. So I had never watched much of Doc the Bounty Hunter. I'm aware of who he is.
They're rough.
Yeah.
They're very, very rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a tough cookie, though.
Oh, she was?
Yeah, she was, boy, she didn't take nobody's, yeah.
So was she like more of his admin assistant?
She was his partner.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, she would go out, too, and arrest people, and, she did a lot of that, too, yeah.
Wow.
She wasn't kind of a behind-the-scenes kind of wife. She was a front street kind of wife,
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. I love the little sound of the ringing of the bell when the coffee is ready. the beep, beep, beep that says it is ready, baby. Wow. So, yeah, Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife, Beth Chapman, is passed away. I don't know her age. Does anybody know her age? Oh, she was 51.
Wow, yeah, she was really young.
So that's very, very young. Very sad.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
We're celebrating Michael Jackson's death this week, 10 years.
Yeah.
I guess it was Monday.
Yeah, it was Monday.
It was
10 years ago.
10 years ago that he passed away.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson says that his legacy will remain his music. And what do you think about that?
I mean, of course, he's a legend within himself. He should be remembered for his music, The man was an entertainer, and he was one of the best entertainers probably of our lifetimes. I haven't seen anybody really match him, but there are a few people, but nothing really comes to his level.
Yeah, so. It's really weird with Michael Jackson. It's just like with the OJ stuff, you know?
It's like you want to put the art before the artist.
Jesse is another one.
Jesse Smollett?
Yeah, he's back in the news this week.
Yeah.
He's another one.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there's a lot of people that say he was a victim of circumstances.
Yeah.
But he really wasn't. If you look at what facts that's been presented, you can clearly see that something was afoot.
Yeah.
He did something.
In a way, do you think he dug his own grave?
Jesse or Michael?
Let's start with, I think Jesse dug his own grave.
I think so
Michael,
too. I think so too.
Michael just needs to defend himself, and he's not here to defend himself at all.
Yeah, people say that, but when he was here to defend himself, the defense was terrible. Listen, I get caught sleeping with little boys, and I go on TV, and my excuse for sleeping with them is, well, I didn't have a childhood, you see, and so I like sleeping with little boys because, well, you know, they're the children, and we have to love the children. We have to love them because if we don't love them, then they'll be unhappy. And since I didn't have a childhood, girl, you are a 50-year-old man sleeping with children. I got a problem. Now, he started sleeping with those two boys that was in the Oprah interview when he was in his 30s. So he wasn't that young, you know, old.
Oh,
but he was still old enough. But a 30-something-year-old man, and they always blame the parents. And if you watch that show, you can see how Michael bamboozled the parents. How he groomed them so he could... Basically, he bought them.
Yeah.
Basically, he bought them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, like I said before, are you wanting to put the music before the man?
I don't know.
Or music before the artist? I mean...
I don't know.
You know.
I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then it's kind of become a trend where...
I don't listen to his music that much anymore, but when I hear it, I still like it.
Yeah. But I was going to say, I think it's become a trend where when an artist was big in the 80s and the 90s, and all of a sudden they're kind of dying out more. And God bless her heart, Madonna. She has a new album out, Madam X, I think. I have some friends who are still going gaga over that album, but she's not in the limelight. Her album's, it's number one, but I don't see many people talking about her. Whether you're gay, straight, Asian, everything like that. Like, nobody's really talking about it.
Yeah, the music, I've heard it. It's okay.
Yeah. So, and it's kind of a shame. Janet has gone through the same thing, where she's released new songs, new stuff, but it's not talked about.
It's not moving forward.
Yeah,
Michael Jackson stuff would move forward.
Yeah.
He never had as big a success as Thriller.
Yeah.
But he did have a lot of success. I don't know. I know they tried to excuse it with his loneliness and stuff. You can be lonely and still not. And another thing that I have a problem with is that I said little boys, but actually when he would be interviewed, he always referred to them as children.
Yeah.
And the media referred to them as children. But the truth is that Michael had a very specific child that he would sleep with.
Yeah.
He slept with young boys.
Yeah.
There were no girls that ever slept over at Michael Jackson's house. Yeah. And if they did, they didn't sleep in his bed with him. There's no record. Those boys had sisters that didn't sleep in that bed.
Yeah.
So he had a specific target. So if let's say if what Michael Jackson said was true, that his reason for wanting to sleep with children, because he told Oprah Winfrey, that there was nothing abnormal or salacious about a grown man sleeping with children if it was just to love them.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, I love you, but no. If they're not, even if they were, I often say if they were a blood relative, I could almost understand it.
Yeah.
But even then,
Yeah,
if they're grown boys,
yeah.
What do they're pretty big, 8, 9, 10 years old.
Yeah.
You shouldn't,
You shouldn't, yeah.
That's just so.
That's the gray area.
And even after the story broke out in the news, he continued to do it.
Yeah. And keep his hands
Yeah, I would have stopped. Let's say that I was doing that, I would have stopped immediately and said, oh my God, this is inappropriate. People are going to get the wrong impression of it. Let me set up specific boundaries so that I'm never caught in this situation again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he went back and did it again.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Maybe after that trial, has he ever seeked out? I don't know how to say it without saying it bad. Has he ever sucked out? No. Has he ever seeked counseling?
Did he?
Yeah.
I never heard of it.
I never did either,
No.
and it wasn't even court appointed or anything.
No.
Do you think he could have benefited from something like therapy?
I love how the boys explained why they lied in court, because one of the boys blatantly lied in court and said that Michael Jackson had never touched him. And he said that when he was in court saying that, he knew that he was lying.
Yeah.
He knew. He said, I knew that I was lying, but he had groomed me to the point that I loved Michael Jackson so much that I felt that I was protecting him. And this is a classic case of child molestation. Children, oftentimes, just like women who are in abusive situations, protect their abuser.
Yeah.
This is very, very normal for abusers, for abuse victims to protect their abuser, especially when they are traumatized and they've been groomed for a long period of time. Are people commenting?
Well, yeah, Mustafa said, I doubt that he sought counseling. And, yeah, I doubt that he did, too, because he probably in his mind thought that nothing was wrong with him.
I had friends of mine that thought it was perfectly normal for Michael Jackson to be 40 years old and sleeping with a 10-year-old boy that was not a family relative.
Yeah.
Not a blood, like a brother or a cousin. It was just a stranger that... And they always mention that, well, it's the parents' fault. It's the parents' fault. I agree with all that. But let's go back to Michael. What is Michael doing? Would you do that? Hell no, I wouldn't do that.
But nobody...
I wouldn't do that with my own siblings, much less do... You know what I mean?
Yeah, but also nobody ever really commented on his own kids. So Prince and Paris Jackson.
Well, it's not. Just because you molest other children or boys, we have to be very specific. He didn't molest girls. He only molested boys.
Well, yeah.
As far as we know.
But also providing comfort to his own kids as opposed to other people's kids.
Yeah.
It's like I feel like he used his own kids for.
Well, I think you draw the line on your own children, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But there are crazy people out there. In the state of Alabama, you can marry your first cousin. So, I don't know. I
don't know, but he never. I felt like he never.
All of this,
yeah,
is affecting his legacy, don't you think?
Yeah. But also, he never talked about consoling, coddling his own kids, let alone other people's kids. That's what it's always been about. Yeah. But
what did Mustafa say there?
The sad thing is that people who worked at the Neverland Ranch knew what was going on and said nothing.
Yeah, because maids and everything said that they found in and out, and they found boys' underwear next to the bed. God, oh my God. How did these parents allow this? How blind can you be to Michael Jackson's celebrity that you would allow this? Unbelievable. Anyway, this commercial break is brought to you in part by Minuteman Press of Largo. We design, print, promote you. Minuteman Press of Largo. You know they're LGBTQ friendly when you can see them on rainbow411.com, your source for businesses, articles, and events. We're going to take a break and finish this conversation, and when we get back, we got some more to talk about.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's going on, fam? It's your boy, Dare Lining. You're listening to GSH Radio Live.
They don't see you as I do. I wish they would try to.
Wow. That was so bad.
I know.
Wow. That was
out
kind
there.
of dramatic. I'm like, wow. Right?
Yeah.
Whoa, okay, so how's everybody doing? So what is on there? Because they read some really interesting comments.
Let's start with the Stockholm Syndrome. Remember Jesus G. Stockholm Syndrome? Not really familiar with what Stockholm Syndrome is, but...
Stockholm Syndrome is... Isn't that where you become complicit with your, like, let's say someone kidnaps you, but you eventually identify with the kidnapper and you cooperate.
Yeah.
So you are complicit in your own kidnapping because you don't try to run away, or you don't even when the door is wide open. They have manipulated you to such a degree that you participate in your own victimization and you just allow it. I hope that's my correct. I hope I'm right about that. Is that
a condition which causes hostages to develop a psychological alliance with their captors?
okay? So I described
as survival strategies.
So I described it correctly.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, because it took me a second to think of what that was. So yeah, so that is very